be silly. What do you? She's just got a bad habit, eh? Collecting hedgehogs. Yeah, obviously Mum and Dad built this house 25 years ago, but all these bricks in the house came out of an old hospital in Hamilton, old Braemar Hospital, and Mum cleaned every brick, all the old mortar off them, so it's her pride and joy, this house, and we've been lucky. I've been in here 5 years now, but lucky enough to be able to live in the house, so it's really good. The operation's probably been going close to 40 years now, and I've been very fortunate. My mother and father have set the farm up many years ago, and I've probably been home 16, 17 years, and you know, we've been pretty successful at selecting stallions over the years. So you know, we've always had a good stallion in the ranks, and at the end of the day, the stallions are what makes the farm. So this is a stallion barn. This is where we keep the stallions. This is Thorn Park. This is Jimmy Choux's father, champion sire last year. He's a bit of a character, aren't you, boy? They start breeding in September, 1st September, and but this off season they're out in the paddock for a while, but they'll start being boxed at night time in another month or so when it gets cold. But during the breeding season, they'll be in all night, breed in the first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and they go out in the paddock, breed at 11, and they'll breed at 4, and sometimes they have to breed again at 10 o'clock at night, so it keeps the boys busy. Yeah, so we've got 3 stallions here at the moment. We just lost Volksrad, he's been 8 times champion sire in New Zealand. We lost him this year, which was pretty sad. 22 years old, great old favourite of mine. When I started handling stallions, when I was 18, he was the first horse I really started handling, which was, you know, so I was a bit emotional when he died this year. Oh, he broke his shoulder in a paddock accident, which was, you know, as they get older, it's like people, their bones get a bit more brittle, and we had to put him down, which was, you know, because you get pretty connected with them, you know, it's like they've been around a long time. He'd been here sort of 16, 17 years by the time, you know, so it was a bit hard. Yeah, I mean, it's a costly business to run, and certainly when you're buying stallions, it can be a bit of risk, but you've got to sort of leverage that risk by making the right decisions, I suppose, and you just don't want to make too many wrong decisions. So when you're buying stallions, it's important, you know, you stick to what you know and get your judgment right. 5-year process to know if they're going to be successful at stud, and it's not only the money that you put into them at the time when you purchase them, but it's the effect they can have on your broodmare band and on the other mares that come to the stallion. So once again, it's a crucial thing for studs to not get it wrong too many times. And some people have better records than others, and luckily we've been relatively successful in our selection process. So yeah, it's just one of those things. We do what we think is going to be good for the industry as much as it's for us, because it's important that our clients succeed, because if they're not making money, they're not going to come back to our stallions and breed the next year. So we've been lucky enough, like having High Chaparral here. We only had him for the 4 seasons, but he did a huge job for New Zealand. Even this year at the Karaka, I think his progeny sold for over $10 million worth of horses. So putting that back into our breeders' pockets has been, you know, really important. And even though he's gone off to Australia, those genetics are still here in the fillies that we've got. And I think our breeders, you know, really did financially well out of him. Down, all over.